is up, mortals? It is Hazel here with a new video for you. In this video, we'll dive into the information on the unusual power source the villainous organization has been trying to generate and take advantage of in the Love After World Domination anime and manga series. I just want to greet you guys by saying, just sit back and relax. You're in for a treat. So let's get started. Love After World Domination is a superhero-themed romantic comedy with sci-fi and action elements. Within the world of Love After World Domination lies two opposing organizations, the hero squads that uphold justice and seek world peace, and the villains who cause chaos within society and seek world domination. The hero and shadow organization has been locked in conflict with each other as they fight for their ideals, desires, and control over the world, whether it be for good or evil. But what exactly is giving those fighting for the shadow organization their power? What is it that they're trying to take advantage of? Who is the Shadow Organization? We will be exploring those questions within this deep dive. If you haven't seen the Red Gelato and the Reaper Princess deep dive videos, feel free to go and check those videos out if you enjoyed this one. Warning: this deep dive will contain spoilers for the show and the manga. You have been warned. Getting straight into this deep dive, we will be introducing the Shadow Organization formed within the setting. This secret evil organization goes by the name of Secret Society Gecko. Their logo appears to be a simplified gray-white skull with similarly colored simple bat wings on top of a black oval. The word gecko is bold, capitalized, and dark red. As previously mentioned, their sworn enemy is the Hero Organization. This heroic opponent trying to thwart the actions and plans of the Secret Society Gecko goes by the name of Gelato. The Hero Organization's chosen name likely originates from its head leader, Professor Big Gelato. He is a supporting character within the series. In comparison, the Secret Society Gecko organization is controlled and ruled over by the series' main antagonist, Supreme Leader Boslar. It is unknown if Boslar is his actual name or an alias. Either way, Supreme Leader Boslar is a ruler who imposes fear and disorder on the world. Supreme Leader Boslar is voiced in the Japanese dub by Tomokazu Sugita. They are also known for voicing Escanor from Seven Deadly Sins and Kion from The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. In the English dub, Supreme Leader Boslar is voiced by Regan Murdoch, also known to be the voice behind Rufus Glenn from Mars Red and Lenny from Takt Op Destiny. Within the manga series, he is actually referred to as General Bostar instead. His appearance is distinguished and he's known to possess a rather superb mustache. In addition, he seems to share some traits with one of his minions, the Reaper Princess, also known as Desumi Magahara. One of these similarities appears to be a long crimson red cape, which seems to be in much better shape than the one owned by the Reaper Princess, as it doesn't seem to be shredded or torn. He also shares common skull-like motifs within his uniform. He has skulls on his shoulders, acting as shoulder pads. Supreme Leader Boslar may also be wearing some kind of necklace or have a small chest plate-like accessory resting underneath his vampiric-like collar, which looks like a potentially laughing or screaming skull. His hat seems to bear the Secret Society Gecko symbol on it, and the rest of his clothing is dark blue or black, adorned with golden highlights and tassels. It is somewhat unclear whether his hair is being shown, as while he has brown facial hair, he potentially appears to have white hair. However, upon closer inspection, his hairstyle feels unusual. Each side hugs the side of his pale rectangular face and has strange lines within it. While conducting a deeper analysis of the design, it may be possible that it is a pair of skeleton hands instead of hair. It is unclear whether they are part of his hat or a separate accessory, but together, combined with his intimidating appearance, you can see why he is respected and feared as an influential and iconic leader for the Shadow Organization, Secret Society Gecko. The Secret Society Gecko Shadow Organization appears to hire underlings under a very open-minded mindset. They don't judge their potential employees based on their previous histories or academic or prior work experience. Being promoted or gaining an executive position appears to be earned based on ability. Therefore, seniors within the organization are expected to guide and help their junior colleagues as they adjust to working for Secret Society Gecko. However, they do appear to appreciate any who has previous ties with sales-related industries. This is potentially further hinted at and shown by the fact Supreme Leader Boslar has an action figure based on his image, which he attempted to give to the Reaper Princess at one point as a reward. Strangely enough, or at least for an organization seen as evil and filled with villains, Secret Society Gecko has good benefits for its workers. They offer more than 120 days off annually with various leave systems available to them. They also include welfare and benefit schemes such as uniforms, paying their commuting expenses, a company cafeteria and dormitory, business trip allowances, and more. For an organization focused on world domination and acting as an evil force against the heroes, they certainly seem to care about their employees. The Shadow Organization's Secret Society Gecko works underneath an absolute hierarchy of around 6 teams of leaders who take command over the Secret Society Gecko soldiers. Of course, the Supreme Leader is in the highest chain of command and controls each team leader. The prominent leaders of each team, not counting the Supreme Leader, are all some form of animal-like monster. For example, Bear Monster, Snake Monster, and Eagle Monster. Below them will be a sub-leader who is part of the Princess series who are all named after a general theme rather than a specific animal. The Reaper Princess is an example of this themed naming scheme. However, one of the other princesses' theme names appears to be the Beast Princess. This is an exciting title to own considering the animal theming of their seniors in rank. However, it does appear to be primarily because of the Beast Princess's personality, fashion sense, and desire for competition in battle rather than any potential favoritism towards her or any similar theories. The Beast Princess is a sub-leader to the leader of her squad, Lion Monster. The Reaper Princess mainly joined the Shadow Organization because her parents were also once members of the Secret Society Gecko, although they are now both retired. Her father was a Moonlight Trooper and her mother was a part-time cook. Aside from hinting towards a similarly retired or potentially promoted Moonlight Princess, this also opens up some information on the occupations found within Secret Society Gecko. This reveals that working for the Shadow Organization doesn't have to be a full-time job, and they're not always combat-focused. This may also be why people with experience and skills in the sales sector are valued when hiring, potentially for marketing and fundraising purposes. Something interesting to note is some name changes and differences between different names and titles in the anime and the manga series. For example, within the manga, the Shadow Organization uses the official animal name of Gecko, which may be where the character Gecko originated. The choice of a gecko used for the Shadow Organization's name may have ties to the general symbolism of lizards within the East and in Japan, tying it to the general premise and themes of the romantic genre found within the series. In Japan, lizards are sometimes seen as somewhat explicit animals and are associated with the symbolism of fertility and physical desire due to their curved and sleek bodies. They are also seen as a general symbol of love in the East. In ancient times, lizards were also made into love potions. Lizards have also been associated with growing stronger after surviving deadly battles thanks to their ability to regenerate. As symbols of regeneration and rebirth, they have also been linked with feminine power. These elements were likely combined, and the symbolism of finding strength through continuous battle and the ties to love and romantic relationships were probably all reasons why Gecko was chosen as part of the name for the Shadow Organization. The element of representing powerful women seems to promote the Reaper series in particular. One of the other changes and differences in naming schemes found within the anime and manga was that the prominent leaders were referred to as beast men instead of monsters. They were also given titles such as Snake Commander instead of Snake Monster. The Princesses series was referred to as a Queen series, with the Reaper Princess being known as Death Queen. The Beast Princess also had a longer alias than her colleagues, referred to as the Evil Beast Queen in the manga. Likely, the evil element to the Beast Princess's old alias in the manga was dropped from her name due to potential redundancy, or the desire to have it fit with the names and titles of the others within the Princess series. This video is sponsored by Skillshare. With the services Skillshare provides, you can get access to many in-depth tutorial videos on basically anything you want to learn. Each class that they have is bound to help you with your creative endeavors. Do you want to learn how to make videos like this one? Do you want to learn how to write scripts or edit audio? Skillshare has you covered, and with our link, you can have a 14-day free trial. So what are you waiting for? Click the link now and get 14 days worth of classes free. Link in description below. Returning to our deep dive, we have covered most of the information about the Secret Society Gecko, but we still need to cover a few key questions such as their plans, their desire for world domination, and what they plan to use to achieve those goals. The Secret Society Gecko has been found causing chaos and panic within the public as they often target populated areas filled with civilians and focus their efforts on harassing them. Why is this? Well, it's very likely because of the mysterious energy source they have discovered. Within the world of love after world domination, it has been discovered, at least by the members of the Secret Society Gecko, that human emotions can generate a form of energy. In particular, negative emotions such as fear, despair, and more. This power source is actually what is used to create new monsters and is thus a very appealing tactical resource for any organization that doesn't mind preying on the negative emotions of humanity to grow its power. To those who have seen the Pixar film Monsters, Inc., this premise of harvesting the fear from humans may be familiar. It is perhaps no coincidence that the Beastmen from manga had their titles changed to monsters in the anime. This may be why choosing the happiest places you could think of, such as theme parks meant to be a place of joy and excitement, are seen as promising targets for the members of Secret Society Gecko. Striking misery and panic into people who thought those places were safe likely generated exceptionally high amounts of quality energy for them. Being able to reliably increase their power not just from collecting a valuable resource of power, but by improving the numbers of their ranks certainly makes the Shadow Organization a powerful force to be reckoned with. However, creating new monsters isn't the only thing they use this energy source for. Secret Society Gecko is trying to gather and contain large amounts of power taken from people's negative emotions to create the ultimate monster, Ultimate Phantom. The creation of Ultimate Phantom has been a long desired goal for the Secret Society Gecko to achieve. However, creating the ultimate monster made from large amounts of negative emotions is still demanding work and likely needs a large workforce to fight back against any who opposes their plans. This is likely the reason why the Secret Society Gecko has to hire people regardless of their previous work and education experiences. Although, of course, we can't forget that the Shadow Organization also seems to be keeping an eye on particular skill sets. Having an interest in those who have worked in sales or studied finance, as mentioned before, is perhaps an exception from the Secret Society Gecko's usual no-bias hiring practices for a few reasons. First, these people likely have some knowledge or experience in helping finance and manage the sales of places meant to appeal to the public. Knowing what places innately bring joy, comfort, and happiness to others and how to draw people to them is most likely an exciting source of knowledge to obtain. You may be wondering, why? Well, if you could potentially use those skills to potentially create fake places of joy and lure the public into them, perhaps they would be able to have their energy sources willingly come to them. However, this doesn't seem to have been explicitly shown in the series so far, to our knowledge, but there's nothing wrong with being aware of other potential plans and tricks the Shadow Organization may come up with. Maybe they've already had these ideas and are silently preparing. One thing related to Supreme Leader Boslar sticks out in particular. In a scene within the anime, he is congratulating and rewarding the Reaper Princess for her hard work. What exactly was she rewarded with in this scene? A pay rise? A simple pat on the back? No. The Reaper Princess was given a figurine of Supreme Leader Boslar. She was given this because she gained first place in the Shadow Organization's monthly report. A figure of Supreme Leader Boslar may seem like a gag about the Shadow Organization's leader being egotistical. But this may not entirely be the whole story behind the choice of revealing to the audience the existence of the figurine. Figurines are collectible items, and if they are fashioned into toys such as dolls or action figures, they are usually given safely to children to make them happy. We're getting into some theoretical territory here, but it makes you think. Weaponizing and disguising symbols of childlike hope by laying traps of genuine fear and despair within them seems to line up with some very devious and cruelly effective plans for harvesting energy. Why haven't these methods been used yet? Are these plans and strategies simply being hidden behind the scenes? Surely slowly amassing their power sources from the shadows and complex, well-planned ways of gathering negative energy would be beneficial. The hero squads wouldn't always be able to battle against these plans with a flashy fight between members, so they could be saving their workforce for logic-based office work instead of treating them as minion-like soldiers, which should be more effective and safer for the Shadow Organization. However, something that was neglected to be mentioned earlier was that Supreme Leader Boslar might not be evil to his core. That's right. Despite being the main antagonist of the series and the leader of Secret Society Gecko, he is capable of empathy. An example of this was when Red Gelato, the team leader of the Freezing Sentai Gelato 5 Hero Squad, suffered a significant injury that sent him to the hospital. Although, rather than having sustained his injury from battle with the members of the Shadow Organization, Red Gelato had become incapacitated because of his appendicitis. When we see Red Gelato suddenly suffering from his appendicitis in the anime, we see him in hospital while being comforted by some of his squad members and the professor. However, the scene focuses on a bouquet of flowers and a card sitting on the table near his bed. As the camera focuses on the contents of the note attached to the bouquet, It reads a message directly from Supreme Leader Boslar that's addressed to Red Gelato. It essentially wishes the hero a swift recovery and that they refuse to accept his death unless it is at the hands of the organization. This seems to hint towards a softer side of Supreme Leader Boslar, as he certainly didn't have to go out of his way to send a healthy gift. Not wanting his enemy to die simply because it wasn't the Secret Society Gecko members who killed him is also an interesting perspective for a villain. The fact that Red Gelato received this gift of flowers and a card may also show that either the hero organization trusts Supreme Leader Boslar. They would have either let him know the location of their hero squad members while in a weakened and vulnerable state, or met up with him and exchanged it outside without suspecting foul play or a battle. Perhaps Supreme Leader Boslar doesn't manipulate things from the shadows, take the safer and potentially more effective routes, or deliberately aim for the evilest plans that no one could come up with because he isn't completely bad deep down. Of course, he isn't entirely neutral or even good either, as he is in charge of a criminal organization that tends to terrorize the public. It also doesn't erase Secret Society Gecko's plans for world domination or to create the ultimate monster and grow their power even further. However, we should keep these actions and the behavior of the members within the shadow organization Secret Society Gecko in mind as we proceed to learn more about them and their actual goals. Why create the ultimate monster? What is the need for complete world domination? Is there a greater purpose to their actions? We may find out as the series continues, or we may never honestly know the shadow organizations and its leaders' accurate meaning and thoughts. While we may not be rooting for the criminals' shadow organization Secret Society Gecko or for their Supreme Leader Boslar to succeed in their plans for world domination, we will continue to watch them closely with interest. Or perhaps you do support their plot for control over the world? Maybe the science behind extracting the negative emotions from people intrigues you. Do you hope to learn more about how it works, or how valuable and powerful an energy source truly is? Well, what are your theories? What do you all think of Secret Society Gecko, its leader Supreme Leader Boslar, and their use of energy harvested from people's negative emotions? Share your opinions with each other in the comments down below. Thank you all for indulging yourselves in all this information thus far. I hope you enjoyed it. Now, there are a few more things that I'd like to go over before the video ends. Firstly, if you're in the mood for some great storytelling, We the Celestials have got you covered. Our We the Celestials, My Hero Academia, and Naruto What If channels retell the story of their namesake anime, with a twist. Check it out if you're interested. Secondly, on behalf of We the Celestials, I'd like to thank everyone involved in the production of today's awesome content. Their details can be found in the description below. Lastly, if you're interested in what we do here at We the Celestials, then I'd like to extend to you an invitation to join the team. The only caveat being that we only accept members from 16 years and up to join our crew. You can sign up for whichever category fulfills your interest by joining the recruitment Discord using the link in the description below. We're always looking for members to join us. Well, that's it for us from today's video. So thank you all for watching, and have a great day.